him over there. Just kind of think about that. Like that's been kind of like the issue where you're not always on either side. And by the way, they've been doing a great job attacking alternately. They've been alternating attacks, like on one side, then the other, then the one side, then the other, then the one side, then the other, and kind of make you think like three players are always attacking you, and they're gonna keep attacking you, and you feel like you need defense. So they make you paralyzed and not move like forward, or because you're thinking you're gonna get hit by three quote unquote colors, versus complete like hitting someone hard. I'm just
So
telling you, like that's the game they're playing.
Ideally, if I build in someone's side more, I think I
Hmm.
can produce my units from there instead of sending them from my side.
But can you even see what's going on? Because last time I asked you, you were like, well, I can only do one side.
No, no, of course, no, I did send many. Of course, I was saying, and I did send many units. I produced even there. I built also there. But the time when you said that, because I was already engaged, I told you, oh,
Hmm.
I cannot do two times. So I'm only one side. I'm not gonna leave my side and join someone. That's what I mentioned that. Uh,
Okay. So what do you guys? So then I guess anyway, that's what's been going on. So you'll probably see more of it tonight. So the question would be is what is it that you wanna? What do you guys? So I guess like Salman, I guess what kind of unit combos you thinking about? It probably gives us a little bit of I don't know. How was your experience with food versus like? I mean, the thing is you have to when you go balanced. I guess you always end up kind of going low on food, right?
usually, but I usually kind of have to go a little bit more balanced, because
Correct.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I guess like then what do you what kind of let's see, kind of sieves. Um, I guess maybe
Probably.
you say the civ you feel like you want to play, and then maybe we pick around that, maybe.
I mean, I want to play Vikings, but
Oh shit. Oh, thing is they could easily counter it though.
yeah, that's the problem. The other one I would want to play would be Poles, but
Yes.
don't want to rush. Magyars?
Solid pick, I think. If you want to go with Magyar, so then what kind of support would you want around that, or
I'll
I guess what
probably
would
be
we?
going Cav and Archers. So infantry and siege probably.
all right, I guess. So be it. How much mainly infantry or mainly siege?
Well, I mean, you
Okay,
need
okay.
infantry to protect the
Infantry to
siege.
support. I know. Okay, I was gonna say that. So you need infantry to support you, or just to protect my siege?
Protect your siege.
Okay, so I will go Celts then. Who's I'm supposed to pick first, or they?
No, they pick first.
Okay.
They said Fastest speak
Oh,
Spanish.
yeah,
Okay, so
Vassal going Spanish, so you
mm,
can pick. I guess they're not doing the Chinese curry and Japanese
Oh,
combo.
yeah.
I could have went Mongols then.
Yeah, man, I would have loved to see you go Muggles then.
Next
Muggle
game,
Horde.
next game.
Oh.
Expensive.
I said be right back, I guess. Yeah, so it looks like next year might be getting new civs. We'll see.
Oh, they
Ooh.
should be African civs.
Oh,
I think it's gonna be Chinese, man.
Oh man, again. Okay.
Maybe an old
Too
man
many,
again.
too many Asians. Too many Asian civs.
No, I think so. You know what they did with India? I think they're gonna do that with the Chinese.
Mm.
Oh man. Damn. Dilute the Chinese, man.
Japanese. The Japanese are on the field.
Oh yeah.
Where are you? Oh. Mongols. He was scared about the Mongol horse. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna pick him. Screw that plan. I'm gonna pick the Mongol horse. So show is the Archer Siege. Vassal is the Cav. Potential Archer support. Logan is infantry trebs based off their playstyles.
Once if you want to, I guess who's, oh, Faisal's not here.
No, Faisal's still not here. Yeah.
I'm not building any infantry. Once if you're
Yeah.
gonna have to save yourself with the pikemen, right?
Not that I have a choice.
Oh shit.
You just said I'm not gonna make any infantry, so
And we have no bombards. They have bombards forever, for days.
wait, what was the last time rule? They are okay to build as many as they want, or
If they want to, sure.
okay?
But you're not gonna let them because you're a bad, bad man.
Abrams.
Monsif, have you been collecting wood from both sides?
Yeah, that's something I have to do. I
Can
do it at
you?
the end of the game, which not
Nah,
the end, but
no.
I should start from the beginning.
Yes, especially if you're
Yeah,
the siege player.
Yeah.
yeah, you're you're gonna have to. Work the side chunks first, like heavily, like both sides areas, evenly spread. Mm-mm. So once over with you, then I guess you would have to make siege workshop and barracks on some on-site, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hey, by the way, I don't know if you know this, but there is an option in the game where you can turn the the grid layout, and it basically will show you all like in a grid, like a graph, like remember those old graphs where you
Mm-hmm.
had to make them? It's like that, and then it'll show you by the square where you can place your buildings if you wanted that. But it covers the whole map with squares, like a grid.
Yeah, but what's the best way of putting those buildings? Like one right next to the other, or should I put like 1 or 2 squares between each
No, no,
building?
no, 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 no. So I guess what I'm saying is just, I mean, they all depend on circumstances, but in this case, because we don't have space, you can't like build them exactly next to each other. Now, the thing is like the way you space them in the middle lane, how you guys space them, that's still too far. It's too far apart. It needs to be a bit more closer. Like it's like instead of like a 2 square distance, you guys like you give like a 5 to 6
But
square
the
distance.
siege alleys, how many squares do you need the alleys to go through? 1 or 2?
Yeah, but you can't just do it that way because if you just do it exact to size, then if there are any other units there, like they're donezo.
Yeah.
So I guess my point is like, especially if you're making like buildings, obviously you're making siege workshops, so you have to be even more careful how you like I would make the siege workshops on the backside of the tree line. When you move forward, like because they're the slowest, so you have them on the backside and then space them just slightly. If you wanted, you didn't have to space them, but depending on how you cut, like for example, like how you usually have your villagers cutting forest. The
Yeah.
problem is if you don't leave any space in the second layer where you put all your siege workshops in a line, if that gets if like either that gets compromised or like you eat through the line, forces from the back can't even move forward because you have them all side by side by side by side. But if you leave like a 3 square gap, that'll help at least 3 maybe 4 square gap that at least allows a good flow of units coming even from the backside.
Yeah.
Because chances are like I hardly ever even get a chance, almost never get like really really build there. It gets super congested too. And the other reason why you want to make your siege workshops there is because you don't want them to easily get trebbed in the event they take over middle, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because a lot of times it happens to you where you lose all your buildings and then you're screwed and then you're like, oh, I don't have buildings to build. So because you have such a large surface area for your siege workshop, you have to, and you need barrack space, so you need to like you won't be able to do that immediately. You have to cut through the forest, chop through it or whatever because you're like, you know, you don't want to always destroy the forest. And then strategically place like your barracks and, you know, your workshops. So think about like how you want to do that. And if you're building in Salman's area, probably want to ask him where.
Strategy, guys.
A
You came to steal our strategy.
I came to request if I can get your Siege Workshop speed bonus.
Oh, sure. I'm just sharing that bonus with myself.
Mm, Got some damn Indians in the team today. Gujaras.
Okay, well, I guess Faisal said that it's gonna take the updates are gonna take another 25, 30 minutes. So,
Oh,
hey, Munsif,
good.
switch over to Shoaib.
Okay.
Yep,
Yeah, that's better, I guess.
go ahead, let's go. Let's at least get the
Alright.
first game in, and then
Yeah.
we'll get the other one. Let's
Yeah,
go.
that's alright.
How's your siege tree?
Megs,
Yeah.
not great. Usable. Capped. Regular on. Heavy scorp.
If you needed something with a strong minus Cubans, what would it be?
I guess Sicilians.
Cillians. What were
Or
you?
Bulgarians as well.
I mean, I like that you have. Hey, maybe you should do Teutons, right?
Tuccio.
That's probably your best shot. I mean, I don't think we have a choice. Plus, you get the bombards. It'll help.
And what's if Spanish? They want that gold.
Yeah. Oops.
Show switched.
Hmm?
Once if switched. Once if wants to stick with the siege, man.
Oh, he went to Mongols.
Yeah.
They'll want to attack. I'm sure he'll try to be like, hey, let's see if I can attack earlier. Try to attack earlier. Something. We'll see.
Yeah. Logan's mid. I think Munsif's across from me. Oh man.
Mm-mm.
Das ich soll, rete, buvere, ja, das ich soll, buvere, 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 buvere.
Dude, my head be pounding.
It's too bad. Too big. Who did it? Who won? Yeah, yeah.
What?
Das ich
He
soll,
must have killed his own villager, man.
How?
My mistake. I don't know, bro. But he did it. The man did it, man.
How?
It's all good.
ja,
But bro, how? The shit don't make sense.
buvere,
Yeah.
ja, das war, rete, das war, rete, das ich soll, das war, rete, das ich soll, buvere.
Niggas will be building like markets so quick.
They want that trade, man.
Yeah. Maybe I don't know if it's just the trade. Maybe they want the cuts.
Heise? Ja.
Shit.
Ouvert.
Heise. Bouvere.
Bereite. Ouvert. Ouvert.
Hey man, I get to enjoy the cheap farms for once.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bereite. Holzer. Ja. Es war. Bouvere.
Hey, ja. Rete. Ja.
Heise. Das ist wahr. Bereite. Das ist soll. Ja. Das war. Heise. Das ist soll. Das ist soll. Bouvere. Ja. Rete. Ja. Das war. Bereite. Bouvere. Heise. Bereite. Ja. Bouvere.
Ja, dass ich soll. Ja, ich rete. Dass ich soll. Dies war. Rete. Dass ich soll. Ja, rete. Dies war. Dies war. Ja, rete. Ja, dass ich rete.
Ja. Bouvere. Ja. Bouvere. Ja. Heise. Bouvere. Bereite. Bouvere. Ja. Heise.
Ja. Hey, ja. Das war. Ouvert. Heise? Ouvert.
Ja. Bouvere. Holzer. Bouvere.
Bereite. Ouvert.
Bereite. Bouvere.
Ja. Hey, ja. Ouvert.
Bereite. Dies war.
Heiße. Bubere.
Heiße. Ouvert.
Let me know what you need.
Ja. Hey, das ich soll. Ouvert. Etwa.
Bereite. Bubere, 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 bubere. Bubere, 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 bubere. Bubere. Ja. Rete.
Bereite. Das ich soll. Ouvert. Ouvert.
Heiße. Dies Rete. Dies war. Ja. Rete. Dies war. Ja. Dies war. Ja. Rete. Ja. Dies war. Rete. Rete. Dies war. Ja.
Ja. Bube, bubere, bube, bube, bubere.
Ja.
Heiße.
Heiße. Bereite.
Bereite, dass ich soll.
Ja. Bubere.
Ja, dies war.
Ja. Ouvert. Heiße.
Heiße. Ober. Bubere.
Heißes Blume.
Ja. Bereite. Bubere.
Bereite. Hey, ja. Ouvert. 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 Ouvert.
Holzer. Das ist soll. Bubere.
Gonna be cutting in here soon.
Heiße. Dass ich soll.
Ja. Bereite. Heiße. Ouvert. Ouvert. Ouvert.
Heiße. Bubere. Bubere. Bube, 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 bubere. 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 Ja. Heiße. Bubere.
Hey, ja.
Ja. Bubere.
Cutting in.
Bereite.
Scouts are going through.
Okay.
Bereite. Das ist soll. Bubere.
Heiße, dies war.
Logan's in. They got a combined force. Winsif. Cav archers. Skirms. Triple onager. Got one of the onagers. Wall in the back. Siege workshops.
Heiße. Ouvert. 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 Ouvert.
Looks like they're heavy concentrated in the middle region.
Ja, Alva. Bereid. Alva. Hey, ja. Bereid. Ouvert. Ja, Alva.
Got Seed Workshop going up from Munsif. Gonna see if I can try to deny that.
Das ist so. Dies war. Ja. Bereitet, dass ich soll, ja. Heiße. Bereitet. Dies war.
Double Siege Workshop over here.
Ja, Sasa. Heiße.
4 helps for an onager? Almost.
Bereid. Ouvert. Heiße. Ouvert.
Ja. Dass ich soll. Zerstörme. Heiße. Dies war. Bereit, ja? Ja, dass ich soll. Bereit, dass ich soll. Ja, ja.
Ja.
I need my houses.
Bouvere, 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 bouvere.
You start making towers too.
Hey, Holzer, Geräte. Bouvere, bouvere, bouvere.
Heiße. Bereit. Ja.
Got a big force coming.
Dies war.
Ja. Bu, 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 bouvere. Bouvere, bouvere.
Heiße. Dass ich ja. Streetet.
Hey, ja.
Bereit, heiße. Dies war. Ja. Bereit, dies war. Ja.
Ja, das ist toll. Bouvere, bouvere. Bouvere, bouvere.
Ja. Ouvert. Ouvert. Ouvert.
Queuing up helps. Took out all the onagers with the tower.
Oh, nice.
Ja. Bouvere.
Hey, ja.
Heiße. Bouvere. Bereite. Bouvere. Ja. Over.
Sending in
Zerstörme.
the helps.
Bereid. Heiße. Ouvert.
Bereite.
Bereid. Holzer. Das ist Alva.
Zerstörme. Dass ich soll. Ja. Dies war.
Bombard cannons. Lots of rams.
Dass ich soll.
queued up some paladins, but I guess they never showed up because I actually forgot to queue them. So that's my bad. Stop the rams from coming in. Securing side resources.
What about resources?
Securing them. Like, I'm getting them with the town center.
We should make some onagers and
Yeah, monitors are being made, but I only have a single siege workshop in the area.
we should open it up a bit bigger so we can charge them too.
Come on, monitors, stop getting stuck on the wall, please.
Okay, we should charge them.
Monitors are coming up.
Let's go! Chargy, chargy! He's trying to close that. We should stop him from closing that shit.
Nice little onager shot. Sending paladins to go clean up those onagers. I don't know what the hell Mutz was thinking with those trebs.
He's not thinking!
Okay, castle's finally up. Queue up a couple trebs.
Rete. Ja. Also. Hey, ja. Wäre.
Picking up villagers to make some towers.
Ja. Hey, ja. Hoe wäre. Couvert. Couvert. Couvert.
Ja, sauber.
Bereit. Couvert. 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 Over.
I got 3 trips. They're coming up right now.
Hey, ja.
Baiting Logan's pikeman. Taking out that trap.
Heiße.
Heiße. Ja.
Da. Couvert. Couvert. Couvert.
Three trips coming up again.
Hey, ja. Bereit. Heiße. Das war. Da. Ja. Rete.
Bereite. Ja. Ist wahr. Ja. Rete. Das ist so. Ist wahr. Ja. Ist wahr. Das ist so. Rete. Ja. Ist wahr. Das ist rete. Ja. Ist wahr. Das ist so. Rete. Das ist so. Ist wahr. Ja.
Heiße.
So, queue some more onagers up.
Bereit.
Ja, Buvere. 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 Buvere.
Oh, my head.
Heiße? Ouvert, 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 ouvert. Ouvert. Holzer.
Buvere. Heiße?
Bereite.
My podcast.
Heiße? Was ich soll. Ja, dies war bereite. Ja, was ich soll. Dies war heiße? Ja.
Ja. Buvere. Buvere.
Ja, was ich soll. Zerstürme. Ja. Bereite. Was ich soll. Tretet. Heiße? Ja, bereite. Heiße? Dies war tretet.
Yeah, very good
Going
with
up.
the toots.
Bereite.
Heiße.
Hey, ja? Ouvert.
Ja. Ja. Buvere.
Heiße.
Zerstürme. Ja. Heiße? Tretet.
Onagers are trying to come up, trying to hit those archers.
Monitor them. Here, they're done. They got nothing. They're out. Yeah. They're attacking from there, which means they lose pressure here, right? So they're coming hard. Let me through. Excellent.
Ja. Over. Bereite. Pace. Hoevere.
Reise. Wäre.
Ja, dies war. Pace. Was ich soll. Ja, was ich soll. Ja. Dies war ja.
Reise. Wäre.
Make multiple towers.
Ja. Hoevere.
Bereite. Pace.
status fest.
Hey, ja. Das war. Ouvert.
Boevere, boever, boevere. Boevere, boevere. Boevere, ja. Reten, ja. Over. Isse? Ja. Related. Isse? Treated. Related. Isse? Zerstörung. Over. Boevere. Isse? Ja. Sassa. Related. Ja. Ja. Sassa. Related. Ja. Zerstören. Dies war. Ja. Ja. Isse? Sich soll. Treated. Dies war. Zerstören. Related. wäre, Bu wäre, Bu wäre,
Ja, ist wahr. Ja. Rete, das ist doch. Rete, ist wahr. Das ist doch. Das ist doch. Ist wahr. Rete, ist wahr. Rete, das ist doch. Ist wahr. Rete.
Heiße, bereitet, streetet, ja. Hey, ja. Es war. Bu wäre, Bu wäre, Bu wäre.
Hey, ja.
Heiße, Zerstörung. Ja. Bereitet.
Ja, dass ich soll. Ja,
Heiße, ja. Bereite, dass ich soll. Bu wäre. Heiße, street, dass ich soll. Dies war. Ja, Sasa. Street, ja. Dies war. Bereite, ja. Zerstörung, heiße, Zerstörung.
More towers. You just make bunch of towers.
bereite. Ouvert. Ja, rete. Heiße?
Bereite, Ouvert. Ja, ja, dass ich soll. Heiße, bereite, Over, heiße, Ouvert, 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 Ouvert. Rickmann.
Esse? Ouvert.
Are you doing? You're done?
Still hanging in there a bit. That headache did not help this game at all, for sure. But yeah.
It's okay. We can redo it. It's not a problem.
Yeah, there's a couple times where I literally just like went cross-eyed. Couldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Not a problem.
Good game.
GG. Yeah, Samal's not feeling too good, and
Mm.
I wasn't really making much siege at that. Like too much siege is there, but you know, decent game. You guys pushed, so as a warm-up game for a bunch of you, I think, well, not for you and Winsip, but for Logan. So, pretty good game. Now we can play a game. Hopefully, now I know where Salman is. I'll probably be a bit more active this time.
How's Fassel doing? Or like, how's his computer?
Let me see. I think he's still running updates.
Shit.
Dang.
I think there's like a lot of Windows updates. Maybe there's 5 or 6 of them left. Game is up, by the way, so everybody join in. Let me see after this reboot, where he's at. By the way, that was a half attempt on the side.
Yeah, it was gonna
If
be
I-
devastating.
But the point was like, you know, it's kind of like it'll extend the game. Basically, I'll rotate the map, right? So the map gets rotated and then kind of like switch the whole thing because my economy was essentially, even though you're getting the economy just rotated all on the back on the other side of completely on the other side of the map. So it didn't, all that stuff wasn't really that important. But the issue wasn't that. The issue was that Salman was generally out of the game for most part, I think. So just it was better to just do a reset. And now I know where Salman's you know, where he's at in terms of his health and how he's playing, and I'll probably end up helping more sooner. I mean, even depending on the situation, if Fassel can't get his computer up or something, we have to do that again. I'll end up playing Siege. Because Salman, I don't think he can play Siege and like it's a little hard for him to play Siege and food unit type combo right now. But let's see if Fassel's system comes up in a minute or two. I'm gonna get some water. Be right back.
That's a good call. I'll go get some water myself.
I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Me too. Let me see. Yeah. يا سورة تعالى.
What the heck? Any news on Fassel?
Pause करके देखो कि ये किस तरह होता है.
So Faisal is not playing, right?
I think he's finding out right now.
Okay.
Hey there, huh?
Yeah, he's not ready. It still has to be late.
Yeah, it's fine.
I
We
mean,
can
he
do
has to
another
do the
one.
readers.
Can do another 3v2.
All right, switch. Let's go. Um. Gonna give us a third player. so you can pick your front line of food, whatever. And I can, go like. And then I can give us Aztecs maybe for the gold bonus.
Okay.
Um, so, I mean, I guess technically if you wanted. I mean, we could run, we could do, if you wanted. Like, thing is, Saracens are a bit tougher to play.
Could maybe go Litz.
Um, yeah, I mean, if you wanted to, I guess like, so then we would run like a Lithuanian Korean combo maybe.
Okay.
Is what I'm thinking. Depends on how spicy you want to play it. I mean, I guess we could even do I don't know like how that would really work with you though. Like with Poles, you'd want to super hog castles to make the
Obuch.
yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing is like it's a lot of pancakes and you may die. Plus you'd like to like blitz, raid and stuff. So maybe yeah, so maybe I mean if you wanted to run you could go Khmer also. That's an option. How expensive? It's 70 gold though for those elephants versus your Lithuanian guys, which is kind of like
Well, paladins are 75 gold.
yeah, but you get more HP.
Yeah.
Plus with them, with the Khmer, you probably end up getting. I mean, you have Cavalier for some quick mobile stuff. Alternatively, you could go. I mean, you're just kind of some kind of a front line, right?
Yeah. Yes.
The front line that can eat a couple of honor your shots. Usually that means some kind of elephants and force them into mass pikes, and then just like we could just, you know, onager through that and
Could do maybe Burmese for a change. Or Vietnamese.
well, this is what I think because of how you're feeling. So one thing we could do is take over all the goal in the middle, like all of it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Get those relics, but then we'll eventually hit the sides. But the main thing is the main thing, which would be just taking over all the patches of gold and just bombard them, or so probably like build monasteries on location to get the relics, and just keep trudging and just force them to fight on over there, right? And then keep cutting the sides, and then as we're doing that, cut the sides and get the gold patches there too. And eventually that'll turn into relics, right? Like we'll have so my point would be like get relics. So I guess that's the point. The point is that you want something. I guess at that point you could even get the Burgundian bonus if you wanted. As a third player, you could go hard with the Aztecs bonus.
Are you saying I could play Burgundians or Aztecs or something?
No. I'm saying we'll get a third civ too.
Oh. Okay.
For the bonus. The point is we have to get we blitz in, making monasteries as we go along. Grab everything, go straight middle, set up shop, just bombard them, and pressure them all, force them into. Basically, make sure that the point is we'll make sure they can't cut on the sides by pressuring the mid.
Mm-hmm.
And then major like gold operation in all the sector. Yeah, cover it all. Bombard cannons, siege, tree line, force them all there, and then and then open an engagement and just force them all. We get that. But I think just basically go in. We'll blitz in. Just make a bunch of monks. So after the initial monks that you get to take the initial relics, I guess my point is just like, don't kill those monks. And then once you have like, a few of them, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or whatever, as you're doing that, then we'll just keep moving in and just grabbing and just quickly on location, just placing them and just keep moving forward. Basically keep moving forward and getting there, and just build all your food and wood thing in the back, right? In the main line. We wouldn't even care about the back line wood. We just like mass operate and do everything in the backside. The sides aren't going to be as critical, but basically we would blitz there, get there first, put a lot of pressure, and then ensure that they're don't give them too much chance on the sides, and then we'll open fronts there, multiple fronts, and then just bang them on either side. I may even clear some of the forest on our on the one behind, so we can get more buildings to produce from, and then just kind of keep moving forward, right? Just wall that and keep moving forward. So we could do that. So I guess the question is, what would you want to play Burmese to get you that advantage, or what?
I mean, we were talking potentially going an elephant civ, and I know
Yeah. I mean,
Burmese gets played the least. They also have that super heavy armored elephant, so I just thought not a bad option. But under those more circumstances, I think either Khmer or Vietnamese would be a better pick, because I would also get the bombards with the extra HP on the elephants as well.
yeah. So, um, yeah, I'd do Khmer. Like probably because you get the ballista as well, force them into an onager fight, and then we'll beat them on onagers.
Okay, I'll go Khmer. If I
We
can
just
ever
need to.
find them anymore.
We just need to make sure that grab all the relics and then hit the gold. And then while all this is going on, and there's going to be an initial lull, because I'm sure we'll put some pressure and they'll be thinking about stuff. Quick, we'll keep make like 5 or 6 onagers and use that to do the cutting and getting to that other gold patch on the side as well, right? So we're grabbing from there and the middle, but major mining operation in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
Food operation back.
No, at least I
Line
don't
up your
have to
TC.
make mills.
Oh, true. Oh shit, bruh, you're, I forgot about that. You're so lucky then.
Yeah,
Like
and they go run in the
shit.
houses too.
Yeah, bruh. You keep doing the Tatars thing. So I guess like in that case, I can give you so if you wanted something faster, the Gujaras could give you the bonus, right? To produce units faster. Or we could just give you Aztecs to give you that, or just give you the Burgundians with the
I think the
relics.
Burgundians would be best because elephants are more food intensive than gold compared to paladins as well. And I was pretty okay on gold last time.
Choose Koreans or gold intensive.
You have Tatars, Franks, and Teutons.
Okay. I mean, we're just never. So I guess you wanted then. I guess for the. You wanted the Burgundians, but that also still means that you'll have to pick up a bunch of relics too.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I could go. Nah, never mind. I could go Bohemians and then. I think that'll be a little overkill though.
um, The AI purple.
We're getting into mid. Like,
Oh, I'm just saying it says the AI is purple like Logan, but that's why I'm
oh,
confused.
that's weird.
Well, now it says eager.
I wonder if there was a. Hopefully he doesn't.
Spawn randomly.
Yeah, because I don't have a tower or something.
He's gonna spawn randomly.
You think so?
I think so.
He's gonna come up with a bunch of shit. just random. Okay, at least there was one.
There was one tower. No, there's three
Yeah,
towers.
yeah,
Yeah. Ooh. It wasn't complete confusion. Like with the Magyar Hazars coming out of the castle.
Oh yeah, that's true. You remember that? That was a lot. That was something.
It was so funny because we defended it and they just lost so much shit to it.
Yeah. I never knew about that, but they and you know the what was messed up too. It wasn't gold, so it was food, and that's what actually he had, right?
Yeah. Shit, what the fuck? Market prices. Was that you?
Yeah.
I made it worse.
Nice. We should go up.
nhạc sang song Green Rouge Roll Ba Jesus B nhạc sang song 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 nhạc sang song
ត្រៀមរួចរាល់
น้องเปลี่ยนไปงานชีพจากงานมีมุมแต่
អេសួស្ដីអ្នកសាងសង់អ្នកសាងសង់អ្នកសាងសង់អ្នកសាងសង់អ្នកសាងសង់ពីបញ្ជាអ្នកសាងសង់អ្នកសាងសង់អ្នកសាងសង់អ្នកសាងសង់អ្នកសាងសង់
Piek Panji Green Rouge Roll Terbaik Nyak Samsung
ចាអ្នកសាងសង់អ្នកសាងសង់អ្នកសាងសង់សាងសង់
Piek Panji Nyak Samsung Nyak Samsung Jesus Be Nyak Samsung Nyak Samsung Trindong Nama Ba Plim Plim Nyak Samsung Nyak Samsung Atman Plim Trim Plim Atman Trim Plim Atman Plim Trim Green Rouge Roll Nyak Samsung Nyak Samsung Nyak Samsung Nyak Samsung Nyak Samsung Nyak Samsung Ba Nyak Samsung Piek Panji Jesus Be Green Rouge Roll Ba Nyak Samsung
Tiek Panji No bom ranya Ba Tiek Panji Batin
Jesus Be Nyak Samsung Ba Nyak Samsung
Ba Kyom Jol
Ê, sụt đây, nhẹ sang sòng
Piek Panji Nyak Samsung
ត្រៀមរួចរាល់អ្នកសាងសង់អ្នកសាងសង់អ្នកសាងសង់អ្នកសាងសង់ពាក្យបញ្ជាអ្នកសាងសង់អ្នកសាងសង់អ្នកសាងសង់អ្នកសាងសង់ត្រៀមរួចរាល់អ្នកសាងសង់
Ba Nyak Samsung Green Rouge Roll Nyak Chichre No bom raya Plim Trim Tra Nong Niang Chi Ninja Atma Piek Panji Nyak Samsung Nyak Samsung
ចាអ្នកកាប់អុកអ្នកសាងសង់អ្នកកាប់អុក
Nyak Kap Nyak Chichre Piek Panji
We know how your food is. We should attack soon.
I have 36 farms, but I'm already adding more, so should be 40 plus in a bit.
Fine. We should probably
Nyak Samsung Nyak Samsung Green Rouge Roll Nyak Chichre Nyak สั่งสอนเนี่ยสั่งสอนเนี่ยสั่งสอนเนี่ยสั่งสอนบ้านเนี่ยสั่งสอนเนี่ยสั่งสอน
ពាក្យបញ្ជាអ្នកសាងសង់អ្នកកាត់អុក
Ship some archers.
អ្នកសាងសង់អ្នកសាងសង់កាត់អុក
โนโบราณยาลุกโจมตีน
nhạc chỉ chế nhạc sang sổ nhạc sang sổ
Don't even let them get the goal to.
Okay. Showing up more
They're trying to
elephants.
segregate it.
Yes, sir.
Green Rouge Road nhạc sang duyệt bản chí
I'm at pop cap.
Địa bản chế
Okay.
Barโนโบราณยาหนึ่งเดิม
Make sure that they don't let those paladins charge.
Địa bản chế Trimamutโนโบราณยาโกมุตบ้านสวยลุกโจม
nhạc chỉ chế nhạc sang sổ nhạc sang sổ
Nice, nice, nice.
biết bản chí nhạc sang sổ
Yep, excellent work on the Trevs.
Ba, Green Rouge Kyonnen. Nyak Sang Song.
Oh, lots of...
Well, I got messed up.
He should not have come alone. Alright, you ready to go in? Okay, I'll open it. Come on, bro, like, what? I guess, is he bugged? Okay, there we go. Wow, like, can you do something? Don't worry, I'll open the sign. Go.
Ba. Nyak Sang Song.
Okay.
Nyak Sang Song. Nyak Sang Song. Green Rouge Nyak Sang Song. Nyak Sang Song.
Lots of paladins.
just let my elephants right to your bombard cannons, because you know all your paladins left. Congrats. Train of bombard cannon dudes over here. I'm about to get completely wrecked.
Yeah, Munsif got demoralized. He's like, I keep doing the same thing, but it doesn't die.
GG.
GG.
Good game.
So the difference there, by the way, is we were apart from all that other stuff, which is I don't think it's as important. Getting like you guys getting owned and everything. That's not really the problem. The problem was that you guys opened the sides first, right? The two side resources, and we just this time around basically beeline straight for the middle and didn't care about the side resources, and then forced the engagement in the front. So if you guys were playing the game where you guys were kind of like, you know, being conservative and then opening the sides for access to relics and resources, we abandoned all of that and then just went straight middle. And I mean, I wasn't necessarily expecting like a full-blown collapse per se, but it seemed like I guess and maybe you guys can tell me after I'm done, like what was your thought process? Like basically you play the same game, which is like the middle player works with the sides players. I mean, don't get me wrong, I think if you open mid and you don't have enough defense, that's kind of like a problem, because then you could like in theory get a blowback and somebody could come in, so that in itself is not an issue. I actually loved your civ picks. The question I had for you is that when we broke in middle, you knew we were there because you guys did an amazing job. What I really liked is that all of you guys, I don't know if it was the one player or it was multiple players, but I thought that I saw a lot of like posts. Who did all the posts? The outposts.
I did most of them, but I was calling the team to do it also, so we all did, I think.
100%. So you already knew we were there. I mean, that was straight up. So now it was a matter of like getting. So I like the fact that you had the castles and to use the range. So that was really good. Paladins, fine, not an issue. But I think that attack needed to be a bit more coordinated. Meaning Logan should not have gone by himself for that first paladin charge. That first attack is what kind of set you guys back, and maybe he needed a little bit help of you know, like I think Munsif did a good job trying to get that side area. So if you guys attacked from two sides, that would have been good. But I think well, not really, because I thought that when we kind of broke in, you guys were trying to quarantine. Whoever's idea was the quarantine was also a good idea. Whose idea was that? To section off your area.
That was mine.
Okay, perfect, excellent play, because that basically forced it so that if we, you know, we couldn't just engage one, right? We got actually those walls were really good, because that made sure that when Shoaib came in from one side, you were fighting from the front, and then Munsif on the side, so it was like three-pronged attack from three sides, which was really good. The only thing is that, by the way, who did the wall? Like, who was purple? I forgot.
Logan.
That was me.
Okay, perfect. So the quick wall, really good on the quick wall. Love the quick wall. I know the onager was there, whatever, but the quick wall was really good. It would have been nice to have some pikemen there, but you know, that's just whatever. Not really a big issue, but I wanted to call out like some special kudos on like the walling was really good. The quick wall was even better. The trebs were doing the job. The towers were not really the problem. Like the towers were not the problem. I still think the issue seemed to be that the stupid elephants. You guys needed enough pikemen to kind of do a coordinated attack to get those elephants down. So maybe like if Logan was getting a lot of pressure, because think about it this way. Logan Tatars has the best shot to take out everything long range. Logan's Trebs have to be protected at all times because that's the big advantage you have right now. And you can basically long distance bombard everything and it wouldn't matter. Right? So cavalry, even if you're gonna die, go in and kill onagers. That's all you have to do. Even if you're dead, it doesn't matter because basically Logan will win you the whole battle. Right? As long as his Trebs can be kept safe. So Munsif, maybe what you could have done different, like in that scenario, is moved pikemen into the middle of your base, spread formation all around Logan's Trebs. And if you and then do the shenanigans on the side, which is fine, but like most of all your Trebs are going there, and then Shuaib, fine, no problems. You did the paladin charges, great charges, no issue, no problem there. The point simply is that by suppressing by keeping the Trebs alive and suppressing the siege, you basically negate our advantage, and Logan keeps long distance firing. By the way, Logan was doing a great job. He kept taking out all the towers. The towers were kind of like almost it didn't matter. And then he was pretty smart too. He started taking out some strategic buildings too. So I thought that was really, really well played. The point is that if you're on your back foot a bit, and I haven't seen the replay, so I don't know. And this is where you guys will be able to tell me how were your resources at that point? Was it really that taxing, or had you finally gotten the side areas so that you were able to get the gold? And I know maybe I don't know if it was going to be fast enough to get the relics there, but certainly the side area, if you were able to get to the gold from the side area from the gold patches, that would have been an interesting kind of point. But overall, pretty like absolutely no issue, no problem there with the way you guys played it. It's just that the mid scouting, that's just one of those things where, hey, do we have visibility? And then the thing is, like, even if we got first mover advantage, there needed to be like a strong concerted effort, like basically immediately, because you have Tatars. Invest into the Tatars, Trebs, get the pikes in. Elephants are on the way, and Munsif would throw in the onagers because I think Munsif was Mongols, so Mongols was the play, right? That would have helped. Salman, what did you see from your side, from your point of attack, please?
I was Toots, by the way.
Oh, you were Toots. Who was Mongols? Shuaib?
No,
he was Frank's.
Previous game.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, okay, but if you were Toots, point is you had like the SO, right? Like you had the siege onager. So the point is the siege onager needed to be there so that that would have been the front line of defense, and all of you guys would be, your whole job would be to protect Logan's Trebs. That's it. Nothing else. Long range bombardment, and then if, for example, we are the one onagering, which is what we were kind of doing, like we were the one onagering, not a problem. Because the path that opens up is still pretty small, and so the point of attack makes it very, very difficult for us to, like the elephants, to really do anything, honestly. And then, hey, if you guys got like a couple of onagers there, maybe you get even pancakes on elephants, right? And basically all the while, Logan's just trebbing like from the backside, bombardment, and then. Yeah, it's like there's nothing we can really do because now we would have to open that up a bit more. That takes time, but now that gives you a lot of time, and basically all your economies and everything else is like you're not losing units because everything is kind of like that single point of attack, so you're basically using your advantage. The onager from Munsif for Toots would have been super useful just from because there were a couple of times you guys had obviously more numbers. So maybe after you take care of the elephants the first time, then you could do like a counter charge. And Shuaib was fine with the numbers because I mean he had great numbers, so I think that was fine. The paladins could have just gone in and wreak havoc. But overall, no particular issues. So generally pretty well played. The civ choices were great. No issue, no concern. Salman?
So One thing I do have to point out was showing bombard cannon heavy with no protection. So, I mean, that was one thing I noticed. So there was like a bunch of bombard cannons, and I think it was like 2 or 3 elephants, well, chomping at him. And there was nothing really for him to do except for kind of lose him. So that was one thing I noticed. Munsif did a solid job trying to hold on to that one flank he was fighting from. The other thing I noticed was it was show right, Logan mid, Munsif left from my perspective. So you're all coming in individually, and if you remember what Kurum was saying in that replay, like, hey, you go in alone, you're dead, right? So that's the other thing. Other than that, I didn't really notice too much else outside of that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so overall, the keys for you guys was like in that situation, right? Logan, Logan. That's it. Logan and Logan's Trebs. That's like your biggest advantage, and no matter what happens, you maintain that advantage. You auto win, and I know for a fact you noticed that even though we made a few more towers, like Logan's Trebs, took them out. And so, by the way, Munsif, you did a great job there. And unlike like on Shoaib's side with the bombard cannons, which by the way, Shoaib, that was a good idea. Just maybe throw in a few pikes next time, and then you should be fine. Munsif was doing that, by the way. Munsif had like pikemen. He made like paladins and whatever, and then he was kind of like making some bombard towers, and then he used treads. So he was actually making some decent progress on the side. So again, Munsif did a good job, actually pretty good. Logan, super happy with how you were doing the defensive and then counterplay on the trebs. Love that. And the highlight of the game was your quick wall. Very, very on point quick wall. Like you identified and you saw that and you were like, and there was some weird stuff that happened when we wanted to kind of cut through. Like, I think the onager bugged. He wouldn't even, he got stuck. It was so weird, I think, and it took such a long time for that onager to even go. Salman literally was just sitting there for like 5 to 10 seconds, I felt like, and we couldn't get the onager to go in, and hey, you took advantage of that opportunity. You identified that. You were like, oh crap, he's trying to come through here, and you did that quick wall. So kudos to you, Shoaib. The paladin charges were great. You know, you took all the siege. You were taking a lot of the siege out. I mean, you can't ask for anything else than that. I actually like that you improvised and started saying, hey, why should I just make some paladins? Maybe I should take some buildings out using Logan's wall. So just make sure you have some pikemen with that, and I think generally you would be fine. I guess, like, Shoaib, go ahead. How were your thoughts from the beginning to your comms? And
Yeah, I mean, I guess like pre-game, and of course, I was mentioning to the team that of course Logan's Trebs are gonna be the core, unit that we have to basically protect and build upon. Like not build across, but its main our offense is around the Trebs, right?
Right.
So we did, of course, at least pre-game identify that, and I think when the game started, I don't know if it was from our side, but I mean, when I went to buy some gold from the market, I noticed the rates were like extremely high, right? Just to even get some of the monks out and stuff, right? So
right.
So that was a little suspicious, So I was saying, hey, looks like, because I assumed maybe it was you guys potentially, right? So I was like, hey, it looks like this game they might be a bit more aggressive, right? And also the way the last game went, of course, So I guess the thought process was, which I was mentioning at least, that hey, they're probably going to be aggressive this game, right? More than last game. And your Civ picks, of course, and stuff. So, anyways, I mean, that's what also prompted the extra outpost focus, right? Which I started calling out because I mean, not just on the mid, but I also forced us to build outposts on the sides as well, just to make sure we don't get any cuts or something. Because I heard some cuts and stuff, so I was kind of a little bit, suspicious of what's going on. So, anyways, that's what triggered all of that. And then So, anyways, I guess long story short, I mean, I don't know if it's just me, but I think all of us were, at least Logan and I, were definitely, I guess, not really fully had fully stable ecos, I guess. By the time I guess we got engaged and stuff for whatever reason, right? I mean, there were still some eco struggles, to kind of work on the eco wall. We were kind of fighting and stuff, right? I mean, we tried to make it work, like you saw. It wasn't like, we were not able to make anything, but there was definitely some, eco challenges a little bit as well. For the Franks, I kind of expected, of course, with their production and stuff, right? So that I was trying to mitigate as well, but I was still trying to, like, do what I can still, right? The bomber cannons, yeah, that I only made those because I think, because again, you guys are kind of getting close to Logan's eco. There was all those bomber towers, and when his castle went out and stuff, I knew he doesn't really have trebs. You know what I mean?
Right.
I basically, that was my own purpose, was to kind of just get those powers out of his face, which I did, right? And then someone came later on with the elephants. Yes, I should have still had better protection there, but before that, there was, I think Hal from Logan and stuff already there, right? So I kind of like, just took out all of those towers just to kind of give him a little bit of breathing space in that area, right? And whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I think coordination probably was like, of course, like even early game, when I did that our first paladin charge, of course I was mentioning, hey, we need to have better coordination, like, like I need to go in with Logan's archers and whatnot, right? So and stuff like that. So I think main I would say issue was coordination, and then probably I would say there was definitely some eco challenges, right? Or overall, like generally speaking, I would say, right, which did impact the type of units and stuff they were able to make. Then there was some internal, I guess tension towards the end, or I mean, which happens, in games like this, which is fine, but just to kind of point out, there's some internal tension. I think where Logan kind of was a little bit frustrated that he's not getting enough help, right? I guess in his side and the mid side, right? So I think he was kind of like, frustrated also that I think Munsa was kind of on his side, more so kind of trying to hold his side, right? As opposed to maybe, kind of maybe being more active in the mid area where Logan's eco and stuff was, right? So, anyways, I mean, I guess long story short, we were always on our back foot, so we tried, to have some defense, but obviously it didn't play out, I guess, as expected. I mean, I guess probably the other quick thing we could have done, like, when Logan made that wall, is probably, could have thrown in maybe some extra bomber towers for defense and stuff, just to kind of like make sure to get at least some help, right? From the elites and stuff that are pouring in and whatnot, right? So, because there's like 0 bomber towers in the mid side, right?
Yeah, so it was a little bit of a testy. It was a little bit of a test of like the defense, which is why I wanted to go out of my way to give Logan that, like, hey, kudos to you, man. Like, that quick wall was just right? But the thing is, he did that to buy time, but by that time there wasn't like that the pikemen, or like something to give him like a little bit of a buffer, because even if he had that like spread formation pikemen, that would have helped. And perhaps maybe there was that, like, hey, Munsif, can you send a pikeman over? Obviously Munsif was also doing other things and whatnot, but completely get that and completely understand that. And some of that tension, I mean, obviously, that's going to happen. The way I see it would be is you would get the most assistance, like Logan would get the most assistance from you first, and then second tier assistance would then come with Munsif or whatever. So I mean, that's just kind of like sometimes how that runs. The one thing would be is that food and wood are readily available, so there needed to be a conscious effort to towards Logan and flood the area with pikemen. At least, right? At least. The thing is, like, there were elephants there, but there weren't that many elephants.
No,
right?
yeah, I mean, I think numbers wise it wasn't crazy, and like you said, I mean, even the onagers and stuff, at least, we were able to take most of them out, right? So it wasn't like the biggest thing either. So yeah, I mean, I don't think it was necessarily like, so much the numbers. I think it was just the coordination and I guess, the eco challenges.
Yeah, that's some of that's going to be expected, not the biggest of issues. I guess, Shuaib, what resources were you running out of? Was it just gold, or was it food, or?
Yeah, at one point I had some gold issues. Of course, I ended up collecting some extra relics on the side, which helped, right? Food, I would say not too much. Food was overall pretty much okay. I mean, when noticed that they were running a little low, I just threw up some more farms and stuff. So,
Okay.
yeah, I would say maybe mostly on my side, maybe it was mostly, I would say gold, but for a little bit, not the whole game.
Fair enough. Fair point. Logan, go ahead, man. You just give me like your whole take of what you felt went good, what you felt maybe you guys can improve upon, and obviously there were some challenges and whatnot, but that's okay. Go ahead. Your take, please.
Yeah, I think it just our comms were a little bit not fully there. I feel like we kind of had what you mentioned, like we kind of had our own plans of like, oh, take the side resources and then once the urgency of like mid going, Mincev and I already started feeling it, and then Shoaib was like, "Whoa, they're already in mid," or like, and Mincev like he was like, "Yeah," and so Shoaib then finally joined us, and then but then the problem is like we never joined back together. Like once you guys started pushing mid, and I kept saying like they're coming mid, and no one was like coming to help, and like yeah, like Shoaib brought in some bombards, but yeah, the elephants just come in and just like destroy them, or just the bombards do nothing, and so I think he did make bombards because of I was saying like, yeah, you need siege, guys. Like my troops are dead, my castle's gone, I gotta build another one, and so I think maybe he just I don't know like over committed on that. But yeah, really it came down to we just kind of no one wanted to join up, and I saw like Munsif had all these pikes, but he was engaged with. There was nothing to hold. He kept saying, "I'm holding," but there's nothing there. I'm like, I built two. There's two walls there behind him that he was sending units through. So it's like, dude, you can give up that area. Come help me, and then we can come back and defend. But instead, that just never came. And I guess because I could have gone Shoaib, but he had paladins, so I don't think paladins take out elephants. Like they're not the best. Like so to me it's like you got to get those pikes, and I guess maybe Shoaib could have made pikes to help, and then it just yeah we were just out of sync, and then we didn't realize that like the urgency. I think the problem is we kind of didn't, and even at the Munsif said like, oh, so what, like I was like, guys, we should just end this game. I mean we're not getting the like no one's coming to help. There's like we're just breaking down, and Munsif was like, what are you talking about? This game's keep going. And the thing is like I think that's still not hitting us like in terms of like what's going on. Like either Munsif had tunnel vision, I'm not sure. Just the point is we have to be aware of, and speaking from the more experienced player, if I'm saying that, you guys have to stop what you're doing or at least come and focus and see what's happening. And the thing is like we were shut down. Like you literally these bombards were just getting built right in front of my doorstep. They get closer and closer to basically my eco, and we kind of like ignored it. Like no one really cared. And the person that can actually take them out, which I somewhat did, is me. And so why would you not protect the person that can take him out? So why would you just leave them to just like, oh, fend for yourself, dude, go for it. So I think that was just the breakdown we had right there. And then other than that, yeah, we kind of were, yeah, one, like we were all off doing our own thing, and two, we were kind of just I don't know, didn't really feel like we wanted to like kind of join up. It was just kind of do our own thing. Like the fact that Shoaib just sent paladins all the way through to just scout, I'm like, wait, dude, we need your paladins to do stuff. And I don't know, it was just kind of all over the place, and the speed you guys had was pretty good. I mean, it was just kind of awakening, but at the same time, it was kind of just I don't know. I guess it's a lesson learned to like, hey, we need to kind of join up and not just wait until like it's our time to push or something. We should be joining up when we're on our back foot. So yeah.
Yeah. So just remember, just because someone gets fast quickly to middle on this map, it means nothing. It literally means nothing. I think you hit some key points, which is Shoaib had worked on the outpost, which was critical. You knew exactly when, and I'm actually impressed and happy that Munsif made the call out and say, hey, these guys are in middle. The question is, that is when you guys needed to figure out like, yo, what the heck are we gonna do now? Like, that's when you guys needed to do like scramble and be like, hey, what are we gonna do now? So I think like because that didn't quite happen, interestingly enough, I don't know if you guys noticed, in the replay I was showing you, like Salman was kind of like saying that, people were kind of like, if they're attacking individually, they die. So basically, the test here was, and even though we pushed there, I wasn't gonna really go into your ego. The point is like we got there and then we settled there, and now it was like, okay, can these guys figure it out? Do they know that Logan is their savior? Can they, yes, space is a problem, but can they figure it out that side attacks are fine, but gotta protect Logan because his castle is the key. That castle staying up and producing trebs is key. So and that's where where you all get together. But interestingly enough, you guys were all kind of like separated, and so things happened. But again, not a big deal, not the biggest issue. It was a sort of like a test. The fact that somebody onagers or quickly gets in the middle means nothing almost. The thing is like the advantage actually comes to the player who can do the counterplay, which is why I like the fact that you already had the outpost. See, if you didn't have outposts, I'd be like, guys, this is like devastatingly terrible. But the fact you had that, and you knew when we came in, and Munsif had the wherewithal to say it, to me, that is where you guys are kind of like, hey, I'm gonna do my thing on the side versus what do I have? Like, hey guys, we need to coordinate this. So that's why I really liked. Those were the things I actually liked. So overall, that was pretty good. Munsif, come on, tell me what your perspective and what you saw, because I thought you made some good plays too, and making that call out was super good. So I'm super happy about that because that means you had awareness.
I mean, it was a good game overall, but I think everybody did a mistake or mistakes, including me. That's for sure. The way we engaged wasn't as what we hoped or what we wanted to do. Communication wasn't that good, starting from me too. There were some engagement at the end, which wasn't nice. That's anyway. Every time I play with Logan, it's always like this, but that's fine. But yes, I mean, Logan did very good calls. I mean, it's true. His traps would have saved, but many times I've been saying, please make those traps. They were missing traps, and every time the traps are there, you guys take them down. And also, traps not gonna stand by themselves there. They need support. Okay, good, but its support doesn't have to be from me alone. At least the player itself has to make their own support. And I mean, Logan, you're in the middle, so you expect support from everywhere, not only from one side or my side. And many times I saw the trebs that just by themselves they're being killed or surrounded by not by skirmishers. That's what I mentioned. What's the purpose of those skirmishers? And Ellie's against skirmishers. I don't think that was a good call, at least. Anyways, and then I start sending, yes, after he mentioned it, I start sending some pikes, but again, I start engaging back in my side. The reason why I went back to my side, because every time I free or leave my area, like not being engaged, you guys start pushing me back. I'll destroy all the buildings that are there, and then start sending units to my, I mean, it wasn't heavy, but some units to my area. Anyways, ideally, you guys were pretty fast, which is good. Even I tried to build from the tribe side, so I can start producing some paladins and pikes from there, which I didn't have a chance to do. I was mainly engaged on my side, and some of it toward the middle at the end of the game. Yeah, I guess everybody did that. Some tribe. I mean, I mentioned many times to send units. Cavalry, my side too. I mean, I needed cavalry. My cavalry alone wasn't enough. And then Logan, I mean, you've been in the back foot all the time, I would say. You didn't help us. I mean, you needed help, which is normal. Being in the middle and you being attacked in the middle, for sure you're gonna be helped. The walls that you made, they bide you time, which is good. Some units, funny part, because all the LEs that came to my area, there were some of your skirmishers under the gates, and they let them go through. So it's good to keep an eye on your units too. Yeah, otherwise that's it. I mean, and and overall, I think the third player that you guys picked, Burgundians, I mean, it gave you a really, really good team bonus. I think if you didn't have the team bonus, you would have had moved that fast, neither, or built that fast, or had that much gold units, or food units that much earlier. So that's one more thing to consider too. Your bonus was kind of in your advantage here in this game.
Okay, cool. Bonus advantage is kind of like the way they're effective is the longer the game goes, that's where they're the most effective. They weren't as effective for the early middle part of the game because not enough game time passed, right? So it's a sort of like it's an overtime thing that where they really shine. So the thing is like it's not necessarily that, it was just in the event it does go long, then it becomes like really, like you said, it becomes very like it it adds like interest, it adds. But if you don't have enough time, interest over time, then it's kind of like it doesn't really help as much, right? But the key, I think overall, the important thing is that you guys needed to kind of like figure out how to help Logan, and that had to be the priority. Like it had to be the priority because the problem is like if middle goes, it's sort of like really bad. If the side kind of goes a little bit, like even the area on your side once it went out, for example, whatever, it's not the biggest deal because you always have a way to come back from the game because you have like your middle player who can make those trebs and just outrange everything. It's like doesn't even matter, right? And maybe that needed to be identified or whatever. And then if what Logan's saying is true that he had multiple walls there, I wouldn't have to worry about it. Remember, I wasn't even making rams or anything like that, or it wasn't really going out of my way to do that. I think a couple of times maybe the onagers went off their own if you had like some bombards or some pikemen or some paladins that were on the gate or whatever. But apart from that, the point wasn't just to, oh, we're gonna come in and just like wreck them. That wasn't the game. That wasn't the point. Wasn't to win. The point was you guys last game coordinated and got together. I showed you a replay where I told you about missteps the other teams did and how they got screwed because they were separated. And I strategically, by the way, Salman wasn't forward building. I was the one doing it. I didn't go left or right. I went for the real player. So basically, you guys needed to understand. Now listen, if Logan wasn't Tatars, I may have just ignored him. We wouldn't have cut from the middle. We could have gone like some other way, right? But because he was Tatars, he was the target. And now the question was, can you protect your way out of this game? Because if you successfully protect him, I'm telling you, you just like counter bombard like the whole area and there's nothing we can kind of do. And because of the forest and everything, we literally would be forced to try to like break that, and even then it becomes very troubling, right? Like you just auto win that game. Like all the towers are gone, all the forward buildings gone because Logan lives. So it was more about like, hey, last game you guys got together, you guys did successful pushes. This time I went out of my way to make sure to separate and strategically go middle. And now the lesson was, can you work together through communication and everything? Can you work together? Like for example, maybe Logan, if you would have gone heavy pike, like you see, oh damn, the guy made archery ranges and he doesn't have barracks. So you know what? Those damn elephants are coming. All my pikes go in front. Like all my pikes are going there. Period. No questions asked. And then Shoaib would be like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna wait for my paladin charge till the elephants go and the onagers are committed, and now I'm gonna go and flank that side. So basically, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, also in hindsight, like for example, like that wall Logan made, like in the mid kind of section off.
Yeah.
Which is good. you know, because in hindsight, even for example, if Logan needed time to recover, which obviously he did, you know, if let's say me and Munsif had been coordinated, you know, to attack at the same time from the two sides, you know, even that could have helped, you know, clear out that mid area a bit, right? You
Well,
know,
of
with
course.
the right combination, of course.
Yes.
Not just single units, right? Of course. Like, you know, like if I went like with Pally, Hal's, bomber cannons from my side, let's say Munsif came in with his infantry onagers and, you know, trebs or whatever from his side, right? You know, that could have like at the same time that could have put, you know, good amount of pressure in that mid area to clear out the space for Logan to recover, right?
Yeah, possible, right? The key there is that when you come with single unit Frank, it's so easy to just put pikes all on one flank. You see, but it's very hard to do that when, for example, there's a massive pikeman in front of Logan. Logan's hitting elephants, and then he's putting pressure, and then Munsif is putting pressure. So you know the onagers are behind the elephants, and that's when, and you know the pikemen are in the front of the onagers, Shoaib. They're not behind the onager, which means you have the perfect flank. But it meant that Logan had to have pikemen in front. Now listen, the fact that he had like skirmishers or whatever, you know, he only had those archery range buildings because, you know, he's Tatar, so maybe he was thinking he was going to go. I suspect you were going to go cav archers or something later on, right, Logan?
Yeah.
Like that's what was the plan. Yeah. So, you know, he didn't make that many barracks, but hey, Munsif was like Johnny on the spot. Like Munsif is like, hey, I'm Teutons, I'm Johnny on the spot. And Munsif generally does make pikemen just because he's a siege player, so he always makes pikemen. Just send all that shit into Logan, and more than likely heavy Q pikemen, and then just make like a heavy presence there, and then you're kind of okay. Like at least that'll stabilize it because the elephants can't like do too much. There's like too many pikemen around. Have to wait for the siege onager or whatever, and then Shoaib, that's when you keep hitting the siege, and then making sure that the siege onagers never really make the hit, and basically Logan's stable. So you know all these things can happen. It's not the big deal. But like I was telling you. Was it the fact that it was a blitz straight into middle? No, that's not it. You guys did the outpost, perfect. Needed a response, didn't have it just immediately then. People needed to drop everything, like Logan was saying, like, hey, we need to drop everything and maybe do something. But I'll still highlight, to me the big highlights were Shoaib, your outposts, awesome. Super surprised, actually, that Munsif called out and said, hey, these guys are here, so very happy that Munsif had the wherewithal because he never usually does. And then the quick wall was like so amazing. It was so good. I mean, it was so good. That quick wall was really good. That thing, if he didn't have that quick wall, that elephant attack could have been like really devastating at first.
Onagers behind the wall, man.
Yeah. Well, you know. Yeah, that too. Hey, Logan, did you have any siege workshops around that area, or was just like castle and archery ranges?
I had 3 stables, 6 archery ranges, and 4 barracks, and 1 siege workshop.
Yeah, man, it's tough. You know, so maybe like your siege player was Munsif then, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Munsif in theory, if he did the defense, he would have been like there with the pikeman's siege onager kind of combination. So Shoaib, you made a good observation, but I don't know, that's a little bit too much to ask for.
Yeah, I mean, of course, I think we also didn't explicitly call out for that too, right? But yeah, anyways, I mean, but you know, obviously this kind of game when it gets obviously a little bit, extra pressure, some of those breakdowns happen. But I mean, like once I was saying, I think, I mean, just to kind of keep the spirit of the game, I guess neutral and positive, I think, we all need to make sure, we respect each other as well, right? Regardless of the game. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. I think let's just make sure that, to me, the biggest thing is that everyone's improving. I think Munsif hasn't played with you guys in a while. So I would just say like constructive criticism is fine in terms of like, hey, like, this is what we need, or this is, this was missed, or we needed this. And then when positive things happen, then just let's not communicate bad stuff.
Yeah, and I think it also helps, like from I guess let's say from like kind of like a leadership perspective, right? Like
Yeah, right, right.
like let's say if Logan is making the call, like, hey, leave and come here, as an example, right? I mean, yes, the risk is to, let's say, that could apply to me too, right? Not just Munsu, but or anyone else. Which I experience myself too sometimes, right? Where like, let's say if Logan's like, hey, leave everything and come here, for example, right? I mean, yeah, there's a risk if I leave everything, let's say, and come there, yeah, my side or whatever this side may get overrun, as an example, right? But then that's the trade-off, right? Like, as a team, then you can, like you basically, I guess, at some points you have to just follow some orders or whatever the experienced person is asking for, you know what I mean?
Which I did. And
Yeah.
I showed you in the game. I said, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna move everything, and I moved it after literally what, 15 seconds. My units died, Logan's units died, and my area was cleared. So that's what happened.
And then that's fine. I mean, that happens. I think the main important, the key point that Shoaib kind of mentioned was, and this is just for, like, I would even say, Logan, this is for you, right? Like, from a leadership perspective, the thing is, being, like, say, the most experienced player, and, like, you kind of call it out and said, hey, listen, I already know, like, what the hell's going on over here, right? I think that there's an issue, which is demoralization. So if the communication for any reason devolves, right, I think, like, generally the weaker players are going to get, the morale is going to get impacted first there. I mean, it's just a fact, man. And the thing is, like, how do you manage the morale and still, from a leadership perspective, get what you want? And Shoaib also kind of balances his statement, and I agree with it, which is, hey, when the experienced person says, guys, grab this, we need it now, or whatever, then it just needs to happen. I'll let you guys know, FYI, generally the weaker players, by the time you actually say it, it's like there will be a significant delay, just generally, just from all my experiences. I know that, damn. So generally, like, Logan, if you're seeing something before anyone else does, I would even just make the habit and say, hey, I need units here, and this is the time, I need these units here, like, literally. And I think people ought to respect some of the calls, and like Shoaib was saying, like, hey, he said it, the units are there, right? Like, I think it needs to be a two-way street. Does that make sense, Logan? Like a two-way street and the morale thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Because I'm telling you, like, if your morale goes, then I think, like, the team's in trouble. Even if the team could recover, like, you cannot let your morale go sideways, and then maybe, sometimes, like, even you have limitations, and then you see something, and then, you make a call, but ultimately, like, like, probably in that situation, like, if you have trebs and stuff, I would even, like, take trebs and keep them back till you can get the defense ready. Even if a couple more towers go up, it doesn't matter. It's just that your best shot is to get, like, your teammates in sync with you. But other than that, though, like I said, I thought you guys did some great plays. There were some great things you never did before, and now you did. So I'm super stoked about it. So let's try to make sure that we stay positive, and hey, but if we need to make a call out and people, then we should all, be able to respectfully say, hey, listen, I'm telling you that this is what it is. I need these units. Please listen to what I'm asking. Drop everything and do this. And people ought to be able to respect that too. So it's like a balance, and it's a two-way thing. But overall, I don't know. I ended up, for me, it wasn't about the mistakes. It's about, like, the positive things that you did, which you would, I guess, in the past never did before. And that's why I was super happy, and that's why I've been harping on the positive things, because those were, like, things you never did before. And each one of you did one great thing, that I've been able to identify. Like the outpost from Shoaib, you guys never really did that, and Shoaib had a gut feeling, and he looked at the market, and he looked at some things, and he's like, guys, so he made some, so good observations from him. Munsif making the call, which is like the biggest thing ever, and then the quick wall of the godly quick wall was like, dude, come on, like, That's I don't think you could do that in the past, and you did that. Logan, you've been playing the game where you've been doing quick walling.
I'm trying to.
Okay, man. Well, whatever that crap is, you that practice has been working, man. So I don't know. Kudos to you. Whatever you like, that was really good on your part. So super happy about that. Well, folks, I mean, it was you guys made it great. You guys did some great positive stuff, and hopefully Fastos. Too bad Fastos' computer went down Friday, and then he didn't, and then I guess he ordered the hard drive, but he would have enjoyed to really try to make it, but I'm sure he'll be able to make it next week when all his stupid updates are there. Apparently,
I'm trying to think where he downloaded the Windows from.
you know,
because maybe it was an older version or something. Because if you download the latest version, a lot of the updates should already be included. You know what I mean? So, and plus,
you mean in the OS already, like with the latest?
Yeah, on the download package and stuff, right? Because I mean, well, it's when I think he also was doing Windows 10, not Windows 11 for some reason. So I don't know.
It was what?
Which window is it?
It was Windows 10.
Oh.
But yeah, I mean, if you got the hard drive late and stuff, then get some stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like you would be ready for game 2, to be honest. I just didn't anticipate that Steam would say, hey, you don't have this framework or whatever, and you need to install it.
Yeah, that happens. That always happens to me too whenever I do a new install of Aegis or something on any machine.
Okay.
But yeah, it doesn't take that long. Like maybe
usually like the first time you install the redistributable, like it takes a while. The first time. So when it runs through it again on the other ones, it's like, oh, okay, it's already there, kind of deal. You know what I mean?
Logan, is that your experience?
Yeah, I think Simon's right.
Okay, so yeah, so it was a new drive, so damn. So
I think also, wait, are we talking, the other thing too is, are we talking hard drives, or does he have a solid state? Because that's another thing too, like, I hope, is he going hard, or does he have like because solid states are like way faster too.
No, I think he did have a SSD.
It should be an SSD.
Okay.
There's no way he would. This is Pascal, man. There's no way.
Well, that's what I'm like. I mean, you could put your OS on a solid state and then HBF person hard drive for some reason. I don't know, but yeah.
Yeah.
But it was fun. At least we got to play with Munsif on our team, so it was nice. Experience and it was good.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, why not, man? I think like those are types of things that we're gonna keep working on. But I'm super happy with some of the things.
And at least I didn't have to play Siege. I didn't have to play Siege tonight, so that was good for a change.
Oh!
I think was it? No, I didn't play Siege tonight, did I? I don't think so. I think it was Spanish and Franks tonight.
You switched with the money.
Yeah, that's true. But the Spanish is not bad too. I played them after a while.
You haven't played Spanish in a while?
No, I mean, because I like to mix it up with the conks and stuff, so they were fun.
With Spanish conks?
Remember I did conks plus paladins and stuff?
Oh yeah, it's too busy pancaking shit.
No, I'm thinking, not this game, the last game.
Oh yeah. Last game was to kind of get you all coordinated and shit, man. I was so happy to see like all you guys just like streaming units, everyone singing Kumbaya, smacking each other on the butt, saying good job. It was great, it was but seriously, it was great. Like Munsif was there, you were there, Logan was there. Logan was doing like the forward building. He was quarantining like the map off and everything. I mean, it was great. I mean, those are positive things, man. I'm just telling you, a few, that's not something you guys used to do before. I think, Shrib, you were also forward building.
I mean, yeah. Not as much as Logan, but yes.
Yeah, that's the quick wall stuff. I was doing with barracks.
Hey,
no, but you guys did.
The quick walls and I do quick towers. But I didn't have bomber towers last game.
Oh, is that what it was, Shoaib?
I would have thrown like a good amount of towers, man, that mid area.
Yeah?
I'm surprised, Shoaib, there's all that stone in the mid. And game one, we had the mid for like pretty much most of the game. And I was the only one getting gold. And I was like, guys, you can start getting this gold. Because I think you guys were talking about the markets or something. And I'm like, come get this gold. Like, I don't know. And then or you asked for some gold too. And I say so, or something like that. But yeah.
Damn, Shoaib, you've been asking people for gold? Munsif, did he beg you for gold too?
Second game I did. The first game I don't think I did.
I can't. There was something, I don't know what made me say, "Hey, get these resources," or
I think
I
it
was just
stone.
kidding.
It was stone. It was not gold. I think I was.
Okay, because I don't know, something made me like say, "Hey, come get these resources."
Because I already had like 7-8 castles for the conks, I think, so I was asking for some stone to build some towers, I think. Yeah.
I just share whatever other people ask me to share. Gold or stone or.
But I have a comment on that. I was watching the replay while we were talking, man. You sent me 3,000 gold, bro, but you had a lot more.
Oh shit.
Oh, I didn't check how much I had. Like what?
Yeah, like 12, 13,000.
Oh, damn. He only gave you 3K, man?
Yeah, I thought the replay, the replay shows you.
You know what that reminds me of? You know what that actually reminds me of? So there was this one game way back in the day when Gama was still part of our group.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I'm like, guys, I'm out of food, and he sends me 600. He sends me 600 food. I'm like, bro, what am I gonna do with 600 food? He goes, well, it's better than nothing.
I think last weekend, someone, what was it? I went crazy on wood because you guys told me, hey, like come to my site, come to like. So I went to Vassals. I had Shoaib so I was like getting all the wood because the previous game of that like last weekend I had issues with wood, so I went totally way overboard on wood. And I remember someone called for wood, like, oh, I'm out of wood, and I had like 60,000. And we were calling, and I'm like, wait, let me send some. So finally, I sent some at the end of the game like that, but I think it was already like we were done. But it was really funny. I had so much wood that I'm like, wait, because to me, if you guys need like resources, you have to say like, can someone like give me some? You can't just say I need wood or whatever. Because to me, when someone says that, I'm thinking that kind of is like a you're fixing your resources or something. But if you say, hey, can someone send me some, that means that you exhausted your options for getting resources, if that makes sense. So like to me, you have to like call out like, hey, can someone give me some of that? You can't just say I need food, because sometimes I say that and then I just make a bunch of farms because I didn't have enough farmers. I don't know if no one if anyone follows that or whatever. Or reasons why. Why the heck does Logan not give me resources? Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. GG's.
Yeah. All right. GG's, man.
So, I think yeah, I'll be on for next Saturday.
Awesome.
Yep.
Good night, guys.
All right, folks.
Good night.
Take care.